check. How we looking, Sue? Shout out to all my barbers and shout out to all my stylists. And shout out that I forgot what happens when you wear green. You just be disappearing and all that. You know, so what I got up under me?
Oh, green screen.
Yo, that green screen will get you. That green screen will get you. Yo, what else will get you, though?
What?
Because I got $500,000 mile. $500,000 mile will get you.
What's going on?
To the left of me.
What's going on?
You start showing that money, and the women just start coming at you, don't they, man?
A little something.
Women be looking like this.
Something.
You be getting them type of women, man. Look at that screen. But you know when they got that hairstyle like that. When they got the hairstyle like that, they coming out. The soul survivor Barry knows about it. And he is to the right. He is to the right. Your mic on? Which one? I thought I got one. No? We'll swing that over. Got the soul survivor Barry in the building. They try to hate on my BS right here. Oh, but it's always a brighter side. And it's always another side because I got something underneath. It's cool. Y'all check that out while we doing it. While we doing that, when we flip the scene and flip the script, got the Wise Dads on though. Y'all know about it. Y'all see it? That Furious Styles. We got it. We got it. It's some women that's real furious out here.
Yeah.
They are.
For sure.
Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Y'all know we start 9-ish sometimes. And y'all know who got us looking very excellent on this side. We got Soup in the building.
Pick up the Soup.
Thank you, Soup. Soup is like, if they don't hurry, they behind. We up here having a whole conversation, going in, getting deep.
Always.
Getting deep about how women can be called hoes, how women can be misconstrued, or how they can be fitting with that name. Did it come from a woman? Did it come from a man? Who was the hater? And one of the big things that's going on, that some women are afraid of their past. Got that Freaknik documentary coming out.
To me, that I find that hilarious. I think only people that didn't go are misconstrued on what it was. I mean, for the most part, people were just out hanging out, partying, drinking, smoking, out in public.
Hair looking like this big?
Yeah.
Looking like that. Shout out to the hairstyle. Heavy
lot
crimp.
of big hair.
Heavy crimp.
A lot of big hair. But yeah, you seen some stuff, but the average person wasn't doing that. It wasn't like it was just Sodom and Gomorrah everywhere.
Right. You get a point for Sodom and Gomorrah.
It wasn't like that. It was just like, you seen some weird stuff going on. You're like, wow. But it wasn't. I'll tell you what, Daytona Beach, Black Beach Week Daytona, now that's the one they're going to have people running for the hills. Yeah.
That strip used to be heavy.
Man, both strips. The
beach
beach strip and the...
Talk about it.
Yeah, and it's the whole square block, I think.
Talk about it.
It was going nuts. Now, that documentary might have people a little nervous because a lot of people naked. A lot of naked.
And they talking about 1994.
Yeah, I was there.
You was there in 94? Both of them?
Yeah, I was there.
Yo, because you was out there in Tennessee.
Shout out to Josh. Shout out to Lindsay in the check-in.
Shout out to y'all on the check-in with my $500,000 mod over there.
I just never seen so many parties in just continuous parties everywhere you go. I've never seen anything like it. That's the only thing that made Freaknik to me amazing. Everywhere you went, it was just a party.
I mean, my thing is like, and I'm glad Barry hit on the nail. Like, it's hilarious to me with how you could create a narrative around it.
Right.
How the internet can like create some buzz. I mean, The documentary hasn't even dropped. I've
Yeah.
seen that they had this thing, Black Professional Women.
Right.
are
Five
already-
prominent.
Yeah, prominent. It's
Five of 'em.
Yeah, like, what does that mean? But it's and the funny thing is, like, there's actually on Spotify they got like a podcast docuseries on it, and actually Freaknik, Greek Fest, they all started from something positive. So it's funny like that these people, like, I had put on Howard has a Facebook group, and I was like, it's fun. Okay, yeah, I get it. We all went to the Greek, and there was a couple, not to glorify.
Everybody went there.
Yeah,
we
but-
was there.
right. We was
He
at the
there.
Greeks and pin relays. So you see, okay, we definitely
Thank you, college.
college. So there was some negativity with the sexual harassment. Might have been unfortunate rape situations. We're not condoning, but this is not the whole. Like, why are we only focusing on this one aspect of it, bro?
I'm
Like,
just saying,
you know what I'm saying?
if you went there, that didn't make you a bad person. And that's the stigmatism they trying to put on it now. Oh, if you went to Freaknik, you was a freak.
Point for stigmatism.
No, I mean, think about it. We hit Greek Fest, the ones in New York, Jones Beach.
Mm-hmm.
We hit the one in Philly,
One in Jersey.
Belmar,
Yep.
Asbury Park. You name it. Black Motorcycle Weekend in Myrtle Beach. Then you go to Mardi Gras. Then you got Freaknik. I mean, I don't think I missed one.
Nah, right.
I don't think I missed one, but it was nobody. I'm not scared of a documentary because you're gonna. Yeah, I hope I am in there. You're gonna see me chilling. That's what you're
Chilling.
gonna see.
How
You
your
probably
hair gonna look,
posted
B?
up.
How your hair gonna look?
Oh, 94? Oh man, I think I just had a fro.
You had the fro?
That might,
Got the
no,
fro?
no, 94.
I'm a little
No, I
fro.
had the waves in 94.
Shout out to E-Money. Shout out to Justin on the check. We
Waves
see
in
y'all.
94.
Shout out to Lindsay for that life insurance too. You need life insurance? Holla at Lindsay. Lindsay the agent.
Lindsay, do you want to sponsor the show? Come through, Lindsay. Let us know. Life insurance is real. We need that. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all get that right there. Some of them gonna have a reputation insurance. That's what some people gonna need when this come out.
Reputation.
They gonna need reputation insurance. Everybody ain't have a good rep. Some people gotta have a good. They gonna have a good rep.
Now, don't get me wrong.
continue.
The
Now,
documentary is not gonna have the people that would like me on it. That's not the thing. I'm not worried about it. I'm boring. I was out there just like I might have touched some booties and things like that.
Ain't nothing
but
wrong with that. Me and Mob was
but
doing
you,
that when we was in
I
Philly.
actually seen sex going on.
I mean, yo, me and Jason
We saw it. but
pin
it was
relays.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It definitely was like.
Nah, we not gonna put pin relays with that. That was Greek Fest.
Oh right. That was
Pin
good.
relays at school time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
I was
now-
in school.
See,
But like,
yeah, those are high school kids.
But yo, even
No,
even-
college.
Oh, that pin relay.
Yeah, pin
Okay.
relay is high school, college,
Oh, yeah, it
and
is,
professional.
it is,
So
it
you
is,
know,
it is.
we gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
somebody-
You got, but
yeah.
like, yo, there was definitely like mobs and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it still was a good time. Like, I'm like, yo, like you know what I'm saying? Like
Black
yeah,
love.
It was still there was some
Unity.
there was some darkness to it, but it was still at that time. That's where people was at. That was the frame of mind people was at. They didn't have social media and people could connect. So a lot of people, when they connected at these events, sometimes they didn't have self-control.
Some people didn't.
No, I will say this though. I'm not gonna downplay it. I think the activity down there, when you went the further you went south, the more people were like open. Like it's like Mardi Gras. Everybody knows Mardi Gras. Just wow.
But no one ever.
But you don't do it. You don't see You don't see really
Right.
documentaries on the
Thank
Mardi
you,
Gras
B.
because you already know what it is. You know it's sexual. You know
Boobs out,
You
beads.
know what it is.
Not a problem.
Carnival in
So
Trinidad.
that's the thing that kind of bugs me. I was like, okay, y'all think Freaknik was worse than Mardi Gras? You crazy?
Let's keep it in the U.S. though right now.
It's no
So-
way. It's no way Freaknik was worse than Mardi Gras. No way.
As you said, Jones Beach, yeah, Asbury Park.
Y'all both making great points. You're talking about in Trinidad, right?
Right.
Trinidad, they don't have the same police force that we have in
It's
America.
Carnival.
The Carnival, they don't have that, but you got hundreds of thousands of black people out there, or at least thousands of black people out there showing plenty of skin. Just like if you go to Eastern Parkway in New York for the West Indian Day Parade, you got women super sexy, super sexy out there.
Right.
Mardi Gras, you got women showing their boobs. You got them
That's
throwing
famous.
beads.
You famous for that.
Famous for that, all
Yeah.
on one block. But you don't need the national, what you call it? The
Yeah, National Guard.
National Guard. You don't need that. I'm looking at this part of this documentary, and they was like, yo, the reason why they shut it down in Atlanta, they had to get the National Guard. They had to pay $300,000 extra for overtime with cops, and I'm like, did you really? They said you can't control a certain 100,000s of people, but you got 2 million people coming in '96 for the Olympics.
The part, yeah, like I said, this is the part that really made me say, wow, this is out of control, because, like you said, it wasn't organized. Freaknik just happened. Mm-hmm. No one organized.
Shout out to Danny on the check.
Nobody.
They actually organized.
No, it happened when they organized. It got corny.
Yeah, well, I guess
right.
when it got big.
I was there when it just it was a word of mouth.
Yeah, it was a cookout.
It wasn't an organ. It wasn't like it wasn't a Freaknik like no. This was like, okay, this is spontaneous. We just heard it just built up to it.
For the people that couldn't go home for spring break.
Right.
Yeah.
But like I said, when we was going down there, streets wasn't blocked off.
No doubt.
We was blocking them off. We blocked them off with ourselves and our cars and our bodies. It wasn't barricades put up. The cops were trying to figure out how to control the shit. Now, they went back the second time, then they had streets blocked off and cones and ambulances. They were ready, but then it was watered down then at that time. But the reason why they show in '94 is because that's the year where it really was wild, wild west. They didn't know how to control the crowd. People were walking in the streets in the middle of the highway. We were on the highway walking because we were stuck like that. Out partying. We was out dancing on the highway. I might be in a documentary for that, but yeah. We was on the middle of the highway dancing. But cars is bumper to bumper.
But like I listened to what Barry's saying, and by the time he was in school on there, I look at this documentary like hip hop. When hip hop started, it was a target audience of who people was making in the 80s. And then after it got started to get bigger, more people got involved. It took on a different form of its own, and some people might have said it got dark. It's the same thing with Freaknik.
Shout out to my brother Saif, man.
Yo, Freaknik's the same thing. When they started, like you said, for spring break, it was for the Greeks. It was a cookout. Just like Greek Fest.
No, not Freaknik.
It wasn't for the Greeks.
Freaknik wasn't for the Greeks.
Freaknik wasn't for the Greeks.
Who's that?
Freaknik wasn't for the Greeks.
Greek Fest was for the Greeks.
Greek Fest was for the Greeks.
Freaknik wasn't.
You said it was for spring break, but it was just for Atlanta U. It was for the.
It was for Atlanta U.
Okay, it was for the Atlanta U.
That's what it was.
For the people who didn't go right,
who couldn't go back to go back home.
Yeah, right.
So,
but it still was for a controlled audience.
You're right, and it spread like Bloods and Crips out.
But see, what happened was a lot of people, like Jay's saying, people. Like for instance, like me being in school, I couldn't go home for every vacation. I had to stay. So what we gonna do when we down there? We start partying and killing time, and that's how it started. And then word of mouth got out that hey, there's a big picnic going on in Piedmont Park. That's where it started at.
Yeah, that's
it
what
started
I heard,
out in Piedmont Park for the people from like different areas that, like Jay said, stayed over on the holiday, like Thanksgiving and spring break. Instead of going somewhere, you stayed there. And that's how the party got crazy.
Flies Guy on Earth is in the building. How he matched the, not to cut you off, B, we're going to get right back to it. How he matched the whole background. If y'all ain't know, we got a new background here, you know what I'm saying, VKS1 Radio. The Flies Guy on Earth walks in like that. It look orange on the screen. It look orange on the screen right there. Is his mic on? Tap. Maybe not. I don't know. We're going to get back to True Lies.
But the part for Barry, what you saying, why is no one addressing that what you and Jason saying, though? Whenever I hear the narrative on the internet, Freaknik, no one's talking about how it started, the roots of it. They all focus on one aspect of it. You feel what I'm saying? That's what they just said.
Remember we had Lamar on the show, and Lamar was talking about Max and Peace to Lamar. He was saying how that what took place was it was a what about the other mic? It was for the people that couldn't come home. That was in the AU. That was in the AU in Atlanta. That, all them universities. You an HBCU guy. You know the names of them.
Clark, Morehouse,
all of them.
Mars Brown, Spelman.
Yeah, all of them. That sound like this song. So is that on True Life?
Yes.
Okay. So boom. for all of them over there. They couldn't go home for spring break. You know, everybody couldn't afford that ticket. I don't think AirTran was out yet.
Right.
Them AirTran tickets was good money.
Yeah, JetBlue.
They had JetBlue. I don't think they had JetBlue at the time. So they just said, yo, let's get a nice little cookout for us right here. It spread. It got bigger and bigger and bigger every year until Atlanta just was lit. Till everybody said, we're going to go to Freaknik. And in the right place. Yeah, that one on me?
Yeah, it's on there.
All right, so they went down today and it got bigger and better. The thing we was just talking about though was like, we talked about everything we was talking about. My thing is, with all these big parties or it's not a convention, it was unconventional way to getting black people together,
Right.
which I loved.
Yep.
I've been to Daytona. I have been to Freaknik, but I've been to all the Greek Fest and all that stuff.
Yeah.
What a better way to get black people together and show love and see love. Yes, it was those times that was out there that was wild. It was some times that was wild, and I definitely did not like seeing that for women. I didn't see a lot of it, but I could say I seen one or two where I'm like, out of the thousands of women I saw, if I seen one or two that disturbs me to this day.
No, for sure. That's real talk.
Where I
That's
seen
real.
this one girl get her clothes snatched off, and I'm like, damn, there's nothing I could have done.
Right.
If I knew the woman, I would.
Right.
But it's nothing I could have done when I seen that, and it's like, it was crazy. But I seen way more love, way more women, way more men carrying themselves in a positive way.
That's true.
Than the one thing. And for when that stuff gets shut down, it's like, damn, is it on purpose to not have black people unite with each other for a great cause?
Yeah, because like I said, I was surprised it got shut down because they finally kind of figured out how to control the traffic. Like they started blocking off streets and stuff that they didn't do before. But I guess maybe because the crowd wasn't coming as much, but still, that was even better. But I think they just didn't want to deal with it no more.
So based off that, my HBCU graduate, you went to Howard. Just like when we talk about Penn Relays ain't the same. All my people with track, y'all know they ain't the same. Ain't the same feel when we would be out there, all the vendors on the side. Did homecoming at Howard, did it change as far as the feel to gain more profit for the university?
I think so.
How so?
I mean,
Huh?
They charge for Yard Fest now.
yeah.
So see, I was just waiting for you. They charge for the Yard Fest.
When Drake came out there, he came.
How much they charge?
I mean, I don't know, but I know they charge. I think
You got it free?
They had a lot. Oh, nah.
UBIV?
Well, they got some. They got two things now. I think when Drake came to perform, when Drizzy came,
Shout out to Uncle Mike
2013,
Missy.
When he came in 2013, I think that's when they started to charge. But what they did is they created what this thing called the tailgate.
Yeah.
So next to McDonald's parking lot, it's like a tailgate when you go to Giant Stadium.
Shout out to Georgia.
They got in Georgia Ave.
Shout out to Georgia Ave. You know
So
about that
everybody-
Mickey D's.
Everybody's out there, all different generations out there with music. I heard they charged to get on there, or they had like when I tried to get there, I got there too late. You got to get there by a certain. I was there like about 3:30.
In the afternoon?
Yeah, and it was already shut down. Like so, I mean,
Controlled fun now.
yeah, right. And then
Shout out to
I
Miss
think
Piles. Going to have a 60th this month too.
when things be going viral, man, it's like it's almost like these things is like you got to be there when it's in the beginning stages because once it,
I'm at the party.
you know what I'm saying, wherever they go, it's like once it's over, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's
You know what I'm saying?
it sucks because I remember going down to Howard Homecoming and being at Dream, my
Yeah,
favorite club ever
sure.
in life. That's closed down, and when we're there, it's like when I always talk about when Puff had the party when he shut the block off and you got the whole block party in the front. So many black people having fun. You got professional athletes, you got government people that's in that party, you got college people from all these different from HBCUs to the other one. What you call the other one?
PWI.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Maryland College Park. I'm talking about Georgetown. I'm talking about Washington. All them schools that's right there. We are all partying, black people partying and having a great time. And I don't remember violence. I remember hearing about really one violent time when Cam got shot.
Right.
Besides that,
Right.
yo, having a great time. But they shut all that stuff down.
Right. It's like
I used to love
Exploration
Dream.
day.
Dream might be the best club I've ever been to.
Definitely was the best for me. I can't wait till that documentary.
I've been there with it. It was named a couple of different names.
Love.
Dream,
I
Love.
was there for love.
I was there, but
Love was dope.
I was there for Before Dream.
Yeah.
It was called something Before Dream. Start with an R, but I can't
Oh,
remember.
Republic Gardens.
I can't remember now, but yeah,
Good
with the
times.
three stories, different club on each
Good
floor.
times. Peace to
Yeah.
everybody on the
I mean,
chat.
but I think that's what the documentaries you should be focused on, man. Like you said, there's always some dark times with it. Like you said, like I've seen some women in some of these things, like, yo, this is wild. But like at the end of the day, man, I think people forget, like, now things are a little bit more open. People have a little bit more self-control.
All-Star Weekend, man.
Which one?
I always bring this up about you.
Yeah.
Your All-Star Weekend, man, they not watching.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
Y'all, just $500,000 mod. Don't talk about his private life. $500,000 mod. You're in Vegas.
Right.
You're in Vegas.
Sure.
I think you had the 2 bottles of Moet.
Right.
You was on your Dane Dash. 07
Right.
All-Star Weekend.
Right. For sure.
When you told me that the cop saluted you on the strip,
Right.
and you said somebody was selling Moet cheap,
Yeah.
so
yeah,
you had to
yeah,
buy
yeah,
Moet.
that's right.
on the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
Good
you? Yo, bunch of black people out there though, right?
Yeah. It was all love.
You felt safe.
For sure.
The cops even gave you love.
Right. But you know, in Vegas, it's already expected. You know, y'all been there, like, you can drink out there, kind of like Barry saying with New Orleans.
No doubt.
It's a different kind of controlled atmosphere. Now, I don't know once you left Vegas if the cops would have been as cool, but while we was on the strip, it was like, yo, this is love. You know what I'm saying?
So it is a way where you can handle black people
Right.
without shooting,
Right.
without going crazy, without arresting them.
Right. For sure.
I just wanted to make that point.
That's the one thing they're gonna show Freaknik, that they're not gonna show violence, because I can't remember nothing really happening. Nothing major. I'm sure it was some fights, I'm sure, but nothing to where it was like, yo, we made it. They was on the news about something.
We don't fight when pretty women around.
Nah, it wasn't. I mean, like I said, the incidents about stuff that people say, wow, that was crazy. Yeah, it was. It wasn't normal.
No doubt.
It was like, okay, they really cutting loose. They're acting the fool. But it wasn't like you walking around, everybody's having sex on the ground. It wasn't like that. And people who never went in their minds, they're thinking it was just sex everywhere. No, it wasn't anything like that at all.
Man.
But my thing is, like, some of the women who were, yo, if that was you 20 years ago, then that was you 20. Like, you're not.
Hey, well,
Don't
like,
be
why
ashamed.
Yeah, like, why are you still holding on to a snapshot of who you were? You know what I'm saying?
Because they was messing with somebody and they was lying. They can't keep the lie alive.
But you know what though? What
Yeah.
you said though, Ma, about women being liberated. If that's the case, then they shouldn't be up. They shouldn't be nervous.
Right.
If that's the case,
Acting like
and
they
that's
ain't
what
listen to
that
Lil'
takes
Kim.
it back to what Jay was saying. They're never going to be comfortable. They're
Well,
fooling themselves.
Well, what goes on in Vegas or
They fooling themselves.
Dubai or Atlanta?
Hey,
stays
Fifi,
in-
what up,
Yeah,
huh?
if you, yeah,
stays in-
stays there.
but
Not anymore.
but
Got
that's
media
what they're afraid
now.
of.
They afraid of what's going to really come out. They don't want to know what the sheiks was doing when they was all out in Dubai.
But the funny thing is, but like you think about it, what could really come? Like if it was 25 years ago and you were, you know what I'm saying, ahead of a company, what do you think they're gonna fire you or?
Some people will.
A cop got fired. He was in the picture,
Yeah.
like kneeled over next to
Spreading
somebody.
some girl
bent
cheeks.
over.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the joint we play here, right?
I don't know.
Oh, but how long was it? What was this?
It ain't no
Like,
statute of
30
limitation.
years
Oh,
later.
really?
Yeah, like 30 years later.
Woo! In '94.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Damn, yo, they nervous. Some of them did some good people, some clergy people, whatever they are.
somebody showed the picture now. Yolanda
you know what,
Adams.
though?
Now, Yolanda Adams wasn't doing nothing but posing for the picture. But people trying to vilify her for being there. I'm like, she probably was like 18.
They had the vice
She probably
president.
was like 19 years old at the time.
Who
Like,
ya-
what the hell y'all talking
Yo,
about?
it's whack how they
But the
do
thing
that.
with Yolanda Adams, they got her in a box anyway.
But I'm
It's just
saying,
like
she was
gospel
not-
that she can't be. You know what I'm
So,
saying?
so you tell me, she was born, she was born saved.
right.
Hey, come
She was
on,
born
man.
again.
She was
I
born a
wish I
Christian.
got you.
Crazy.
Good, clean girls.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. People looking at, oh, the young. Well, she was. I'm sure
Yo,
she was a
man.
teenager like everybody else.
Ain't nothing.
One time.
Good old
That's
church.
crazy, yo.
Good old church girl.
And who's to say just because she sing gospel songs that she's a born again Christian?
That's what I'm saying.
Y'all better stop acting like these gospel women is whack. They not.
Bruh, I grew up in the church. I've seen some things in the church too. Damn
They are far from whack.
In
yo.
church is just a choice,
Bro,
yo.
y'all ain't gonna get a shut down, ma.
Nah,
God,
I
ain't
got
gonna-
nothing about church. I'm just saying.
with y'all.
Church, they say come as you are, right? So, hey.
Come as
got
you
all types
are.
of people in church.
If y'all been in churches in Atlanta, they used to come like this in '94 because they would all be in
Need
the
some
church
color. Need a little color.
repenting on that Sunday before they took their flight. They was definitely there. Yo, speaking of keeping with the college thing going on, we a few weeks late. Shout out to everybody who stick with us every week, every time that we on. Peace to y'all. The Final Four. A lot of whack stuff that was going on and all that. You know what I mean? I gotta ask y'all a question because I'm watching what's the guy named Bowman Jones. Y'all know Bowman
Oh yeah,
Jones?
from
is?
HBO.
HBO got a got his little Chris Rock
yeah.
kind of comedy.
Oh, Bomani, nigga.
Yeah, Bomani, yeah.
For money.
Oh, y'all standing tall for him.
Nah,
Y'all ride for-
I knew what you meant, but yeah.
Yeah, yo, Bomani.
I had no clue who you were.
You didn't know? I knew what he meant.
He knew.
I knew what he
This
meant.
what, yo, this
If
what
he
we,
didn't say HBO, I had no
yo,
clue.
this what I'm saying, yo. Like, yo, we
I thought he
we
played in-
shorten it up.
I thought he played in the NCAA tournament. I'm like, who is this nigga? Like,
Yo, TJ said Bomani. All right, Bomani. Who named their child Bomani? African name, no, they from Cleveland. Like, come on, Bomani. But yeah, him. I just was trying to write it down. Look, I can't spell. What y'all talking about? Shout out to Tomorrow on the check-in. Shout out to Fifi. Yo, so boom, watching this show, right? Talking about the Final Four. The General is in the building.
The general.
Salute to the General. So, everything good, General? General come through. General got nice little merch and everything. And got it for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? General looking real major right now. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. Bomani Jones, he talking about the extended year that these basketball players had in NCAA.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, because, when COVID came, a lot of people had extra years.
Okay.
So you might have somebody maybe 24 playing or had 5 years, maybe 6 years playing NCAA ball. And that's why we had we had these teams that we never heard of. Well, we heard of them, but we ain't think they was going to be in the Final Four. And he was saying, shout out to y'all for extending your college years, because it was kind of clowning them, because you are not going to you're not trying to rush into the real world. And when he said that, I'm like, is it? So shout out to everybody who goes to college. Shout out to everybody who didn't go to college. I don't look at y'all neither way. Like, one's better than the other. But I did go to college and graduated. And I work right now, living this life that I'm living right now. What I don't do is say one is real and one's not. That's why I like the title of A Different World. But then you have people say, all right, now be ready for the real world. Do y'all feel like, okay, now college is a fake world? And let me finish the point, because he says, y'all basketball players, y'all eat and drink for free and live for free. Now, B, I'm going to specifically go to you with this one. And everybody, B, with D1 athletes.
Any athlete. That play college.
Especially the ones who are D3 and D2 and JUCO. I'm going to shout out to y'all. I'm going to shout y'all out, because y'all might not be getting the same amount of money, and y'all working just as hard. Y'all working just as hard, and y'all not getting the same money as the D1 and other ones. Salute to y'all. But he's talking about how they are eating and drinking and living for free, and it's not the real world. How you feel about that, baby?
Well, people that say that school athletes or scholar athletes are going to get a free education, you didn't play. That means you didn't play.
And he's a sports commentator, right?
Yeah, that's okay. A lot of them didn't play sports.
No doubt.
A lot of them didn't play.
Shout out to Keyshawn checking.
I gotta go listen to this because he usually on point, like
Oh,
on our side.
No doubt. Yo, I be saluting
A lot of
him.
them didn't play.
Bowman.
Because, as far as that's only you only really kind of heard that when it came to black people. Be happy that you're getting a free education. But we're making the school millions with our hard-earned sweat, tears. that we putting product on the field that's producing money for the school. So how is it
Peace
free?
to Mary.
How is it free? If you guys are getting paid off of what we're doing, how is that free for us? That I have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and run, and then take classes, and then run some more after that.
Then lift
but
weights.
That's free. How is that free?
Barry played for University of Tennessee. And then you have to perform on Saturday.
You got to perform in practice. Somebody's coming to take your spot. You can lose your scholarship.
You can
So
lose your
nothing's
scholarship.
free.
You're earning.
You're earning it. So
You're actually working every day.
That's the insult of it. So they're looking at it as because I'm not paying bills for myself. That's not the real world. I still got to be disciplined enough to go to class after I just got finished busting my ass outside of class. Still got to get up and go get my study just like everybody who's not playing a sport. They don't care that I'm playing a sport. I got to get my work done just like you.
Some people have this stigma when you play a sport for college, like, yo, you get everything free.
How about if you don't keep your grades up, they'll take it and send you home.
Well,
So
that's depends on who you are, but
Huh?
that's a depend on who you are sometimes.
It's
That's always, but the
it's
percent-
less. It's the percent.
There you go.
The percentage of
yeah.
those superstars
Yes.
that elite,
Like
you got
2%.
maybe 2 on campus.
Yes, the whole school.
2
Yup.
in the school, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You got maybe 2 on school where they'll let you get away with that. You got maybe 100 in the country that get away with it. But in real college sports and NCAA, yo, it sucks for those who don't have those benefits. I can't even say it sucks. It's not fake. It's not free. It's the real world. And like as much as I used to visit you down in Howard, you probably had no idea what I'm going through in college. Because I'm not complaining about it. Because I'm trying to live on the positive side, but it used to get real.
Sure.
You hurt yourself. You ain't the same. You feeling like Penny Hardaway on the Knicks.
But that is the real world.
It's somebody breathing down your neck.
Yeah, that is the real world.
But this guy, Bomani, is what y'all call him. No, this.
That's what his mama named him.
That's what the mama named him. Bomani.
So
I'ma say that,
his
like-
issue? Like, the kids pay,
I don't
athletes
know.
getting paid.
His issue was, that people just. It wasn't even an issue. You know what it was? He tried to disrespect and make it funny. And he might not see the show. He might see it. That wasn't funny to me. To me, it was like, yo, it ain't free.
He in close circles.
I mean, he
No
probably,
doubt.
I'm sure.
So, and I mean, I would say it to him because I respect what he does, but his jokes ain't that funny because he ain't writing them.
but he went to college. I'm sure he went to college and probably had to pay.
What's
To
crazy?
go.
He's my favorite analyst.
I liked him, and I still I watched the whole show. And
I gotta listen to that.
I'm gonna show. It was the last one. The season ended with Cameron on it, and I like that he had Cam on it.
Oh yeah, Cam on it.
Yeah, he's been having dope shows. And that's the reason why when I saw him, I was like, yo,
He's
that's
been around for a very,
that's
very,
dude that
very
used
to be on
long
ESPN.
time.
back
yeah,
then.
that's what I started watching him because I'm like, yo, that's dude from ESPN. So when I saw that was something from ESPN, I'm like, yo, let me check him out. So now I checked him out, and I'm like, I see he got like the writers who like was on Chris Rock and they writing his joke. You know how they gotta have them little analysts and they, when they do their thing.
Because he was never funny on ESPN.
So this is the
that was
thing.
never his thing.
And I can respect when you're not funny and this is just what you do. So now when I'm watching it, now you're trying to be funnier. I don't even blame him for this joke. Cause the joke could be funny for other people. And I like even some of the people. He had Dave Lasteron, who I used to be at the 5 spot in Brooklyn. Peace to him. He's spraying the coach out. But that joke, I wasn't feeling it because I'm like, I hate when people say it's a free ride for the athletes. It ain't free, man.
He used to be on part of the interruption. He used to be on Round the Horn.
Round the horn. And
Round-
and I respect him off all that stuff. I just didn't like this personal
In
just comment. as a person.
the Dan Le Batard show. He did that show for like 5 years with co-hosted with Dan Le Batard. Like I said, I liked him. I always liked him, but he was. Like you said, somebody writing for him because comedy wasn't part of his thing.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It's a few things that we're gonna wrap it up real soon. Before we switch to the next joint, yo, we spoke about this before on the show. Ooh, shout out to them for getting it right. World Athletics Council bans transgender women from competing in female events. We spoke about this on the show before, and you know we are in the world of where you could just choose who you want to be and be free. It's not always fair. If I choose to be a woman next year, or if I chose my junior year in college and my senior year, I choose because I'm tired of losing. Real talk. Yo, in college, I wasn't the best track athlete by my senior year as a man. So if I just decide to say, you know what? I just want to be a winner. I'm about to just beat all these women. And I just want to choose to just be a woman athlete for my last year. Still get the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't going to force me who I'm going to have sex with.
Right.
But I just choose to be this.
Right.
And what was happening with swimming. It's happening with track. People was making that decision, and they were just annihilating women in the sport because they made that choice within 1 year. And I don't think it was fair, and I'm happy that they banned that right there. I don't care about what you choose to be sexually and all that stuff, but it is not fair when your hormones and physically you were built stronger than women.
Wasn't we talking about the girl that got her jaw broke? Was it boxing or MMA?
Mm-hmm. We spoke about that.
Going up against a transgender.
Yeah, we spoke about it.
The guy broke her jaw.
Just not fair.
And was talking junk like, yeah, I'm coming for all you bitches. Like, yo, you a dude though.
It ain't right. Yeah. It ain't right, man. Some stuff, yo, we gotta put a clamps on. Like, yo, this ain't right. What y'all doing ain't right. So,
like I said, you can identify whether you want to identify. I think that should just be a personal choice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it should hold weight in legal.
No doubt.
Aspects of things. Like,
that's real.
Now because you're going down the rabbit hole. You really are. We had a conversation the other day. It's like, you know, what's the bathroom rule on this thing?
Yeah.
What's the bathroom rule on transgender? What's the bathroom rule?
Big.
Because now, women, if you a woman and identify as a man, and you go into a bathroom full of men, and you drop your drawers, you taking a chance. You are. Sorry, you really are. It's depending on the situation
Real
where
talk.
you are. You could be in a bar or club and was not some drunken men in there, and they're not gonna care that you identify as a man.
Not at all.
When you drop your jaws.
Funniest thing you said to me one time.
It's a dangerous situation.
You on the show you were describing a bathroom that had you said it was a single bathroom.
Yeah.
One.
Mm-hmm.
And it said it had all three of the
my last
oh
school
yeah. Yeah, I was telling you about that. I went to Panda Express.
I ain't never think about you when I pissed before, B. I never thought about you peeing until the other day. Because this bathroom says on the sign, I don't care what you are, just wash your hands when you come back out. That's what it said on the sign. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. Don't nobody care. Just wash your hands when you come out. Like, yo, it's a bathroom for everybody. For everybody, you know what I'm saying? A positive thing on sports. I got to shout out to True Lives right here. We in the building, flies guy on earth. Because I stole this. I'll be stealing from people's pages and everything. This right here. Fans praise LA Dodgers after re-signing ex-player Andrew Toles just so they could help him get treatment for his mental illness right there. He got the big beard and everything. I ain't even a big Dodgers fan, but I just liked when I saw this right here. I was like, yo, something positive with sports. These players, sometimes when you playing NCAA sports, when you playing high school sports, professional sports, yo, a lot of these guys leave with trauma. They're not the star anymore, and it's hard for them to adapt. They got dreams of being this and dreams of being that, and when it don't work out that way, yo, it hurts. It hurts. So man, yo, salute to the Dodgers. Helping him with his treatment with his mental illness. Thank you, True Lives, for this one right here. And I'm like, man, that's why sometimes we gotta use drugs. Sometimes we do gotta use drugs. You know, and the big thing right now is recreational drugs is legal.
Yeah.
In these sports.
You say is this the way you put it, but that's what everybody does in one way or another. Use drugs.
No doubt.
Like whether it's over the counter or it's prescription.
Whatever it's from.
I mean. I see so many. I haven't seen so many depression commercials in my life.
mean,
It's like every time I turn on the channel, it's another pill to help you get through.
But you know what it is? Because it's like it's coming to the forefront where when we grew up, mental illness was supposed to be pushed underneath the rug, and it was always there, but now people are more enlightened. Because at the end of the day, Jason hit on the nail. The reason why there's mental illness is what he said.
Shout out to
People
Marcus.
can. Jason just hit the nail why people have mental illness and get on drugs. People can't accept the reality of their life. If one time you was somebody and now you're not that somebody more, the reality is you're not that somebody right now. So your job as a human being is to always come to grips with what your reality is.
I blame,
And you can always change.
I blame the internet. I blame the internet because you're looking at you got so many reminders of how bad you're doing.
That's true.
Well, it's not even a real reminder. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's what I said. So right, so it's all
That's what
like-
I'm saying.
It's
That's
not even a real reminder. You're right.
That's
You're right,
the whole
July.
point I'm getting at. It's like you're looking at fantasies and thinking, I ain't doing
But
right.
that's what, you know
in
what?
life.
You
That's
create,
why I blame the internet.
But I don't blame the internet because that person is creating their own turmoil.
No. If the
Because listen-
internet made visuals,
Well,
made the
no.
world smaller.
But you have a choice. You still got a choice, right? The internet could put 1 million images. If you choose to see people
Nah,
doing
it's
better,
not the same.
because
it's not
if
the same,
because
bud.
if you still want to base your
It's
life
not the
on
same as
what-
pre-internet. It's not.
But
Because
even if
I'm
the-
telling you what I remember. I'm telling you how I remember.
I think
You
mental illness is
you watch
always-
TV. There's always been lifestyles of the rich and famous.
and people
Right?
still.
That show came on TV. It showed you how other people was living another life, and you would be like, "Damn, I know Miss Pat. Know what I'm talking about. Like you, like, damn, look at them, champagne and caviar dreams. Like, whoa, there was always reminders of people being rich and living good lives. But now the internet makes everybody look like they're doing something better than you, even if you know it's not true. Some people mentally just can't cope.
But why can't they cope though?
Because everybody's different.
But
And
no,
that's just the way life is.
but
You're
that's
always
what-
going to have people that's weak-minded.
No, but
and
this
that's
the
the
thing
way
is,
it goes.
but
They're
this-
influenced.
they're not choosing.
Just like women out here that's altering their bodies because they think they're not beautiful. Why? Why do they think they're not beautiful? Because they're seeing all these other people that's portraying something that
no,
they're
sure.
not.
But obviously they must
Before
not
and
feel
back,
that-
you didn't see how many women you saw back in the day before the internet on a daily basis.
They just
And
wouldn't
you know,
show.
I'm saying, how many women
But-
did you see on a daily basis before the internet came out?
I didn't see hardly any.
Thank you.
But
And that's
they-
my point. Now you see thousands of women
Right,
every single day, thousands of people living lives that you never even thought about. And people project that back on saying that they feel like they should be doing it. And that's not true. It's not real.
No, I feel you, but I think that mental illness has always been there. It's just like you said, the
We
internet.
call them crazy.
It's just in front of people. It's just in front of.
It's different.
It's just in front of people's faces. Like I hear you.
That's the point I made.
But my point is this: as a choice, as a human being, you come into this world to make a choice of what you want to choose.
But it's the difference between you.
No,
It's the
listen.
difference between me having
Yo,
a
yeah.
piece of candy.
both-
No. I'm saying this.
I
is
feel
what
like
he said.
y'all both talk about two
But
different
this
things.
is no. But this is what I'm saying. He's saying it's a choice. I'm saying this. Everything's a choice. If I say I got a Snickers and a lollipop, you got a choice to make. But if I take you to the candy store and you got all these choices to make, now the shit, the two pieces of candy that I offered you ain't looking so great.
But you're right. But think about this: how does it make you feel? I could go to a buffet right now, my boy, and see tons of food. But if I eat all the food and I get sick, then I gotta think to myself, I don't need the buffet to change the food options. I need to look at myself to say, why is my eyes looking at all this food and taking it in? And
No,
I
the
feel
question be,
sick?
why are you at the buffet then?
Well, that's
Boom.
the better thing.
Y'all both making great points. Y'all
Right.
making great
I
points.
feel like y'all talking about two different things.
I feel them both. Let me finish this. You're right, T. But y'all both making great points. We're talking about drugs, right?
Right.
Talking about drugs, right? So, boom. At one point, the NBA had a bunch of people on cocaine.
Sure.
Right? Bunch of people on cocaine. Now, when Michael Jordan, when he came to the league, he was like, yo,
on the Bulls.
on the Bulls, he was like, one thing I knew was to not just do cocaine. He drank. When we found out later, Mike was a drinker. Mike was a cigar smoker.
Yeah.
But he didn't do coke. But a lot of people who play in the league, yo, they did it. It was recreational. Right now, we have recreational drugs that you can have, whether it be the mushrooms right now, whether it be smoking weed. That is illegal right now, which at one point, it was illegal. In 96, they started doing these random tests, right? But in '86, Len Bias died. Len Bias was drafted by the Boston Celtics. 1986, used to play against Jordan. Used to get busy against Jordan. And right after that, and y'all can see those on was it? Because it was a good show with Bomani.
Yeah.
That's the name, right?
Mm-hmm.
In '86, he OD'd after he got drafted. And what got me that I learned off this, I'm like, yo, after he OD'd, and I know y'all all watch Snowfall. And if y'all seen the episode on Snowfall when they show when Len Bias got when he OD'd, they show actually that footage on Snowfall. Because it changed the world at that time. It actually changed legalities and laws for the world. I mean, for America. And when it did that, it was like, yo, if you get caught for this petty amount of crack, this petty amount of cocaine, this petty of this, and that, you're going to do all this time in jail. All this time in jail for a little bit. But it happened because of what happened in the NBA. Right? I don't like talking about a whole bunch of negative stuff. I ain't going to say negative. Some realities that we don't talk about on the show because it has to be a highlight. But you see what happens when you on drugs and one of their people get messed up? That same stuff could happen with these guns. The same pettiness, in the same time it get locked up, we need to get that stuff with these guns out here in these streets. This is where I'm going with it. Because we got all these people getting killed out here, and we about to end up in a few. We got all these people getting shot at, these black people getting shot at, but they not superstars in the NBA. But when an NBA person died off cocaine, they say, you know what? This matters to us because this is one of ours. And this is millions of dollars, and this is a franchise that counts to me. So that's why when I see this right here, because we didn't count for a long time when we talking about professional athletes. They just got rid of them. You only get few stories, maybe a Darryl Strawberry or Dwight Gooden, when you had the Yankees bring them back. These are rare stories.
They brought them back because they could do something for them.
So they could do something for them.
Yeah, they were good.
They were good.
Great.
But they don't do the ones so that don't matter to them no more. And it's a lot of these black people that don't matter no more. And what matters even more so than these drugs out here is these guns. And I'm like, man, we got to get rid of some of these rules with these guns right now because, yo, it's getting crazy out here. Y'all seen all them things that's been popping up on y'all feeds and all that stuff right there. And yo, it's disturbing. It's disturbing. So that's where I was going with that. Let's go and get one more last thing before we head out. Because another thing that's disturbing is when you make all this money as these athletes. You know, you got to shout out to Starks and I miss them bad boys with them Knicks right there.
Couldn't win nothing.
Couldn't win nothing. Couldn't win nothing. Couldn't win nothing. I'm watching this.
Had a chance if you just dunked the ball.
We got Lexi Lex, yo, peace. Yo, shout out to everybody on the check-in. This last day before we close out, I need to know how y'all feel about this, you know. Mod, you have $1 million Mod.
Yeah.
Got a lot of money.
Okay.
I can borrow $10.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I need to know. So, boom. This right here, before we close out, and peace to everybody on check-in. Football player, I can't name his name, is in this, we talking about soccer. Y'all know how to say his name? Akraf Hakimi's wife. Filed for a divorce and wanted half of his property.
Oh, yeah.
He got that all.
Yeah. Smart man.
He got that all.
He said, yo,
He
said PSG pays Hakimi a monthly sum of whatever billion, but 80% of this amount is deposited to the account of his mother, Mrs. Fatima. And then he doesn't have any possessions such as property, cars, houses, jewelry, or even clothes under his name. Whenever he needs anything, he asks for his mother for him to buy. And I'm like,
smart.
Was he the biggest genius in doing it? Because sometimes you can have these women going back, how we started this conversation earlier. They not beautiful queens like Soup from the other side. Ain't that right, Soup? Is Soup on the other side? Soup.
She there. She there. I don't know what she's doing.
So they not like the women that Soup raised, like her daughters. You got some women who are out here and they scandalous and they trying to get them. What y'all think about this event? How he pulled that off?
I mean, Puff do the same thing, but he just do it with artists.
So explain that one, TJ.
Like protect himself like that.
Yeah, Mace said, "Can't nobody get you because everything in your mother name."
Mm-hmm. So Puff did the same thing.
He been said that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
Mace
said
said that.
he said everything in your mother
Yeah,
name.
Mace said that years ago.
Everything in your mother.
Nas had everything in his daughter's name.
Damn.
That's why Khalees couldn't get all that money because
Nah, Khalees was getting paid.
But she was getting not the one she wanted to get. She was trying to take him down. Coach was like, "No, you're not gonna take him down." She got a good amount of money, but people didn't know Nas had the money he had.
Got him.
See, Nas had more money than people thought. People didn't think Nas had the money
he
that he
ended
had.
up with more money at the time when that happened.
Nas
He had that money.
Right.
That's what they say.
Yeah, you talk about like his money just killed over the last 10 years.
Yeah,
But see,
yeah.
that's
Past
what we
decade,
know.
He became
right.
exponentially more wealthy.
Right.
I think
Say it one more time. You get a point for that.
Nas seemed to be the type of guy that
Shout out
didn't.
to Squirrel on the check.
He seemed to be
Piece
the
of
type of
swerve.
guy that don't have all his money on books.
Yo, man.
I can't see him having all his money
This
on
man.
books.
Do you think more professional athletes need to go this route?
I think a lot of them already do. They put in their kids' name. They doing all different types of ways.
You think he was intentional doing that? Or
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hell yeah.
And you know what? He might know better because these young men, they go professional earlier. Out in playing soccer, playing football across the world. They're making these millions, unlike the blacks in America.
Oh yeah.
How we talking about like
They making more money. Yeah.
making more,
playing soccer. Yeah, hell yeah. Soccer players get paid way more
they
money.
get paid way more and they go professional younger, way
Yeah,
younger.
At 14, 15.
Yeah, like man, salute to him.
There's no age limit. There's no age restriction on when they can go pro.
They get them. They get them
pro at
before.
14.
Like out here in America, they wait till your arm is only gonna last 5 years at the most. Your knees are gonna last 4 years at the most. So when you can extend it, they're like, oh man, they make sure like you only got a little bit left in you. You got to go to college for these years because NCAA got to get their buddy.
Mm-hmm.
High school got to get what they going to get.
Mm-hmm.
And we get you professional, we got another one coming right after you. Instead of getting the highest top performance that they can get, man, it's like that sometimes. Once again, shout out to everybody on the check-in.
I think the other country don't make their players have to have high school diplomas to play.
They don't.
That's the difference.
You can focus on your sport.
Like, I mean, you got gymnastics is like that. Certain sports is like that here. You got
But we don't
gymnastics.
generate the same amount of money.
No, nowhere in there.
And that's the crazy part.
Not even close.
It's wild out here, man. It's wild out here. But, shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to my brothers right here holding it down every week. Shout out to Soup in the general. True Lies. Let me salute True Lies right now. True Lies, you've been getting super busy before you get up. You've been because if y'all gotta understand. True Lies. You said don't forget study hall. Yo, we got a lot going on. We got study hall and all that. We got Ty Huff, my brother Huff on the check-in. And it's funny, we've been talking about that with his kids as well. Getting them prepared. It's a new world. It's a new world right now. True Lies is getting super busy. He gets super busy with the photography. He's about to be a world-renowned photographer real soon. And so if y'all don't see him like at early when we starting, because he editing these pics, that's what we do. You don't have the Apple joint. You don't get the MacBook and you ain't, because I remember before you ain't have a MacBook.
I always had that MacBook.
But you used to do the other one.
I've been seeing MacBook since 2010.
You ain't have another computer.
Would you have Adobe Premiere? Or
No. True Lies had a different.
You talking about like 07?
Yo, I knew you forever.
Yeah. Like in 07, I'm like fresh out of high school.
Well, look, man. Look, I ain't birthday.
When I had money to get a Mac, I bought it.
That boy got money. I'm still asking I'm asking mine for some money. You got money. Let's talk
I mean,
to him.
for graphics and stuff like him, he gotta have his hands on that.
Know what I'm thinking? iPhone.
Oh yeah, I have an iPhone.
You got the mic all the opposite way. You know what I'm
I
saying?
thought you was done.
Oh yeah, we about to be done. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my barber, shout out to my stylist, and peace to everybody on the check-in. We are Beards and Baldheads, man. Make sure y'all follow True Lies 6 so y'all can see all the dope pictures that we be talking about, man. And y'all can hire them. See y'all next week.